Hey beautiful people, good morning, afternoon or evening wherever I am. My name is Winifred and you're welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be learning how to make this beautiful tulip sleeve. It is very easy to make and you can make it in less than 30 minutes. So without too much talking, let's get to the honey of this video. Let's go. I love you. Hey beauty, welcome to my channel. So you are going to be needing a pattern paper for this to draft it first. So the first thing you are going to do is to fold your paper into two, and then I marked out 11.5 inches in width just to make sure that I have enough paper to work with. So now I'm cutting out the excess pattern paper so that we can be left with what we want to work with. So I'm using the other part because it's straight. Is more straight than the other side I just cut out. So now the first thing we're going to do is to mark out our puff line, or yes, our puff line. So I went down by 4 inches from the edge of the paper, and then I marked a straight line on that 4-inch mark. So I went down by 4 inches, and then I just connected the dots with a straight line using my pattern master. So now that will be our puff line. Alright, so now from that puff line you are going to go down by 10 inches or 11 inches depending on the length of the sleeve. So we are measuring out the length of the sleeve now, so I'm working with 11 inches plus seam allowance here. So I went down by 11 inches, I connected the line, and then I cut it out. So now the width of the sleeve, I wanted it to be like 10 inches wide plus seam allowance, so I made it 11 inches. You can do more and you can do less depending on how wide you want your sleeve to be. So I just want it to be moderately wide, so I did 11 inches plus seam allowance. So now I'm connecting the line, and then I'm going to cut out the lines when I'm ready to. So now the next thing we're going to do is to measure our our curve, our sleeve curve. So our sleeve curve is starting from the top edge because the puff line is just to create a puff at the upper part of the sleeve. So we are going to start from the edge of the paper and then draw our sleeve curve. Don't start from the puff line, start from the edge of the paper. The 4 inches we went down with is meant to create the puff for us by the time we are done making the sleeve, so that it can have that puffy effect. So now after connecting my sleeve curve, I went ahead to cut it all out. If you are new to my channel, you are welcome to the channel of beautiful people, and if you are an OG here, you know you are the MVPs. I also welcome you, and I'm glad that you are seeing this tutorial again. So once that is done, I'm going to open it up like this, and then that is the midpoint here. I wanted to draw a straight line before, but it's not needed because it has a crease already. So from that midpoint you're going to come out by 5 inches like this and mark it out, and then at the midpoint line you're going to go down by how deep or how high you want your tulip to fall. So I went down by 7.5 inches. You can do 8 inches, you can do 9 inches, or you can do 6.5 inches. And on the edge of this part I went in by 1 inch, and I'm going to connect the dots with a curve using my pattern master. So depending on how high or low you want your tulip to fall is going to be determined at that midpoint. Alright, so now we are done cutting. So we're going to be cutting this line off. Yes, we're going to be cutting this line off, and this is the round part that we don't need, this is the right part that we need. So now let's cut it out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, share with your family and friends, and do well to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out when I upload a new video. So now that we've discarded the wrong part, this is the part we're going to be working with. You're going to place a notch at that middle so that it can be easy to work with. So now let's cut it on fabric. So I'm just going to place it on top of it like that. Don't forget, you are cutting 4 pieces of this. It is not on fold, it's going to be separate pieces, and it has to be 4. 2 for the right sleeve and 2 for the left sleeve. All right, so that's what we are going to be doing now. So I'm trying to cut it out now. Oops, they just took off the light. That's Nigeria for you. So I'm using natural light here. I hope you are seeing it clearly. I hope it's clear as when there was electricity. Please bear with me, I just had to make this tutorial. So I've cut one sleeve, so I'm going to cut the other sleeve, and then this is how you place your notch on that middle part where there is a fold. You're just going to fold it with your paper like this, and then you're going to notch it so that it can be easy to work with, so that by the time you open it up, so I'm marking out the wrong side, by the time you open it up and you match the notch part together, it's going to be looking like this. You see, it's already forming our sleeve. So now I've gone ahead to add interfacing to it. I also cut out the lining for this. So this is for one sleeve. I cut out the main fabric and the lining. I added soft interfacing to the lining and add one to the main fabric. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to place the fabric on top of each other like this, right side facing, and then you're going to stitch it with 1/2 inch on that point I just marked, and you are going to do the same on the lining. So I've done that. Now I'm going to open it up like this and give it a very good press. So I couldn't iron it for now, so just let's do this tutorial and just let it be done. All right, so when you are doing yours, iron every part well before going ahead to the next stage. So now I place the lining on top of the main fabric, right side facing each other, and then I'm going to stitch the down part like that with 1/2 inch allowance. Don't stitch the upper part, you are stitching the down part. So now I'm done doing that. I've stitched the down part, and then I'm going to place notches all around so that it can lay down flat by the time I turn it out. All right, so now I'm just placing notches. If you've gotten to this point in the video and you've not yet subscribed, why do you hate me? Please smash the subscribe button. Do well to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any other tutorial that I'm going to be making in future. Thank you for subscribing. So now I'm turning it inside out to the right side, and I'm going to make sure that all the edges are out, and then I'm going to, you are meant to iron it. Remember, we don't have light now, so I cannot do the ironing now. So when light comes, I'm going to iron it. So when you are doing yours, make sure that you bring it out well like this, and then you iron it properly, iron the edges properly, and make sure that everything is very clean and flat. So now I'm just trying to use my hands to mold it to what I want to make it lay down flat. So after that is done, you're just going to match the notched part together like that. Just going to match it up like that. Just watch what I'm doing. You have to take it up like this and match it like that, and then you are going to stitch it down. So by the time you are going to be joining it to your sleeve, you will just split the upper part of the arm's eye part. You just split it and make sure that it fits to your sleeve, and everything will just be puffy and come out really clean. You see, you just split that part and make sure that everything stands properly. So if you want the tulip to come down, you're going to go down by at the midpoint. So that is it. And when I was done, this was the finished look. I went ahead to add trimmings on the edges of the sleeve, and it came out really beautiful. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate your patience. Till I see you in my next video, I want you to know that I love you and I care. Bye. Pop.